Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Today, Ryan Ermanni won't be here with us. He is in Indianapolis, where he's on his way to Indy for the Big Ten Championship game for our Michigan Wolverines. But Maz is here.
Oh, yeah.
Maz, how you feeling today, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm a little under the weather today.
Same.
Not feeling my best.
Yeah.
I bowled pretty good last night.
How'd you bowl? What was it?
I bowled like a 605, so just decent series. Couple of 200 games.
The top game was probably about 231?
It was, 223.
I know the game.
223.
I know the game.
At one point, I had thrown 8 strikes in a row between 2 games.
Ooh.
But I just couldn't get it going. Missed a couple spares, and nonetheless,
I got like that Lions carryover from last season to this season. You had those games.
I had it going.
16-5.
So we'll chat with Ryan Ermanni in a little bit. He'll be on the air with us via his telephone on his way to Indy, and we'll have with Lindsey Hunter will join us too. Got to talk Pistons because last night.
Is it worth it?
Wait, last night, third quarter, they're leading. I almost went onto the microphone at the bowling alley and said, I have breaking news, everybody. The Pistons are leading the Knicks on the road going into the fourth quarter.
They were leading somebody early on in the season by about 20 and got smacked in the end. So taking a lead isn't the issue. It's holding on to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little under the weather myself. You hear my voice, you hear my energy. But you know what? We do this show. We do it for the fans. We appreciate you guys. So I'm in the flesh with time. Mazawey. We also have Pete on the ones and twos as well as JB. How you guys doing over there? You guys good?
Yeah, we're doing all right over here, man. JB.
Oh, God. Pete has his mic on again.
Let's rock and roll. You know we're at our favorite place. We won't say what it is, but you know where we are. Tom Mazawey.
I got a story for you, buddy.
On
my way in, I'm a little early.
Okay.
So I see Wendy's. Right down the block.
It's right here, yeah, on the left.
And I haven't been to Wendy's in, I don't know, over a year.
Okay.
If I go anywhere, I'll probably stop at McDonald's. And the thing I eat at McDonald's is a double cheeseburger.
Oh, my God, how you doing, brother?
I get a double cheeseburger.
Go blue.
I get a double cheeseburger at McDonald's when I go. Ketchup only. Because I don't know why you guys.
You sound like my sister.
I don't know why you guys put mustard on your hamburger.
So my sister's like that.
I don't understand
my
that.
whole life, my sister's just a ketchup person. Yeah. That's it.
Mustard belongs on a hot dog.
Plain burgers back in the day, but
that's what my daughter Maddie is plain everything.
Little weird. If you ask me. She likes ketchup.
So how much you think of McDonald's double cheeseburger? Ross?
Right now, probably about $3.29.
Yeah, about $3.29. What do you think a single cheeseburger at Wendy's cost?
$3.29.
$6.05.
What?
Yes.
Does it come with fries?
No. Plain cheeseburger. I was like, what? How much do I owe you? Single?
But here's the thing, though. The fact that they're charging $6.09 for a single with no fries and no soda, it lets you, or pop, we're in Detroit, we're in Michigan, but it lets you know that that's the golden, living down south, it's soda, and living in Atlanta, everything was Coke. Yeah. It was strawberry Coke, it was orange Coke, everything is Coke down there. But it lets you know that people are paying that $6.09 for that single. I refuse.
I was embarrassed. I went in.
Right.
If I was if I was in the drive-thru, I would have said forget it.
Maz,
but I went in because I had some time, so I was embarrassed.
I got to talk to this little redhead chick named Wendy because I remember when I was at Michigan.
What happened to Dave?
When I was out, man, Dave Thomas, man, he's out here, and now you're seeing it. When I was in Michigan, the Union had Wendy's, Subway, had some off-brand Asian restaurant, like Chinese buffet type deal, and then it had a Miss Fields, right? We ate Wendy's every day for 3 years. I'm not proud of it, but 3 years I ate Wendy's every day. $6.09 could have got you 3 nuggets, a fry, and a single.
Now you know what?
And you would have had change.
Pete's favorite thing on a weekend, he'll go and this guy will order a triple combo. What does that cost, Pete? What does a triple combo at Wendy's cost?
$18.
Oh, at least $18, guys. Oh yeah, with the Frosty, $18 at least.
Are you kidding?
Gotta get the Frosty.
Listen, for $18, you can add $4 more to that. You can go to J. Alexander's and you can get the best chicken tenders that God has ever created. $18 for Wendy's?
Absolutely, baby.
Man, that's what COVID did. COVID came and then it jacked all the prices up. Everything is sky high.
So that's not even half of it. So
that's not the half of it?
I'm sitting there having my single cheeseburger, okay?
Yeah.
I'm the only guy in the place.
Okay.
And all the workers are back there.
Oh, you're inside.
I'm inside. And
you can go inside fast food spots now?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and the workers are in the back, all women. Okay, all women.
Guys ain't trying to work.
You would not believe the fight that they got into. I thought they were going to throw down.
About how handsome you were?
No, it wasn't about me.
Okay.
They didn't care I was there. Every F-bomb and every go eat this, you this, you blank this. You can't work. They were fighting over who was working, who was a lousy worker. This broad did this one did this. They were throwing every word out I can't even use.
Meanwhile, none of them are working at this particular time, so they're all lousy.
Yeah, they're waiting on the cars that are going through. I'm the only idiot that actually went in.
But you got a show, though.
I got a good show out of it. And at one point, the one girl left. She took her coat, and I thought she was going to beat my ass on the way out. And I didn't dare look at her when she left. I didn't want her to look at me. You didn't want to make
eye contact.
I didn't want to make eye contact. So, nonetheless, I had a great show today at Wendy's.
This is bad. You always got the most random stories. At Wendy's, they're arguing over who's a lousy worker. Well,
exactly.
I'll do you a favor and tell you it probably was all of you. Speaking of lousy, last night was not a lousy game.
That was a hell of a game. Best Thursday football game ever.
You and I called it. We told Ryan, I believe, in my estimation. We said, he said, look, I think it's going to be a tough fall game. I think you got Pete Carroll, a couple of losses. They haven't been playing particularly well. They're just getting Jackson Smith and Jigba going. And then you get a signing from DK Metcalf, but it wasn't enough for the Dallas Cowboys. Man, it's time to have a real conversation about three things. Okay, thing one, are the Dallas Cowboys for real? Thing two, is Dak Prescott for real? And thing three, is it time to give Mike McCarthy some credit?
No.
Is it time to give him credit? It's not. Let's start.
That's the one thing I was going to tell you.
Let's start with Mike McCarthy. Okay. Why can't he get any credit for what he's doing this year?
He don't know how to close a game out.
That he doesn't.
I swear, they made so many mistakes at the end of that game. They could have just ran the clock out and not give Seattle any time. They called a timeout at one point. And Seattle didn't know how to run the clock for the first time. Pete Carroll, I don't know what the hell they were doing at the end as well. It was a weird end of the game. But the more I looked at the Dallas Cowboys, I don't know if Mike McCarthy. Well, he did win a Super Bowl, right?
He did.
He had Aaron Rodgers.
But what did Aaron Rodgers do after he left?
He went. Well.
It might be time to give Mike McCarthy a little love. Look at how Dak. Okay, so
I'll give Dak credit because I think he's playing his best year ever.
Who's the offensive coordinator, man? It's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
This year, Mike McCarthy took over the reins early on in the year. They said, hey, we're going to balance it with a little run. We'll do a little pass. They realized they couldn't run the ball this year. They didn't have Zeke to help Tony Pollard out. And I think they cut it loose. And ever since they cut it loose, you're seeing Dak operate. This is the best Dak has ever played, including his rookie campaign when they went on 13-3 and got to the second round of playoffs.
That's a fact. And they looked great. They look like almost unstoppable. And we said they are scoring like 40 points a game at home, and they have run off 15 straight home wins. 15 straight home wins at AT&T.
I see them at 15 straight wins over opponents, I want to say, with a winning record, too. That's Jalen Hurts. Excuse me. You're absolutely right. 15 games at home. Also, just getting back to Dak Prescott, he's playing at a rate that he's never played at before. The offense is looking good. You got the young tight ends, Schoonmaker from University of Michigan, go blue. You got Ferguson.
Oh, he's the real deal.
Now, I wonder why they got rid of Schultz. Everybody
absolutely.
wondered why they get rid of Dalton Schultz. Had a hell of a 3 seasons for Dak Prescott. Well, this is why. Ferguson and Schoonmaker, they're the real deal at the tight end position.
That's an excellent tight end combination. Plus now, it's given more of a break to Tony Pollard. Remember how we say he needs that thunder and lightning type of thing? He's missing the Ezekiel Elliott in there, taking those hits for him, and then he goes out. So now they're just using him sparingly, and those holes are opening up for him.
They are because of the pass game.
And CeeDee Lamb is playing. He's catching everything.
I always wonder, when CeeDee first came out of Oklahoma, people said that he wasn't a number one or he had to work to be a number one. I remember him at Oklahoma. Yeah. He was monstrous. If it wasn't for Jerry Jeudy, who had a hell of a year at Alabama, CeeDee Lamb was that good. But I think now they're on pace. CeeDee Lamb is scoring. And they even start to get Brandon Cooks cooking right now.
He is.
Pun intended. The last 3 weeks, Brandon Cooks is actually being that free agent that they went after to get to help on the opposite side of CeeDee Lamb.
Absolutely, man. The whole team. That's a team you don't want to play in Dallas. Now, went on the road, maybe a little bit of a different thing. And they could have beat Philly. In Philly. They could have. And they're going to get another crack at them in another week or so. I think they play Philadelphia again. I'll tell you, if the Eagles lose this week to San Francisco, and they could, even though they're 8-1 in one-score games, 8-1. The only loss to the Jets. Zach Wilson beat the Eagles, folks. That's their only loss of the year. Just to remind everybody, that's their only loss of the year. So if Philly loses this week, it's a one game, and they get Dallas the following week in Dallas.
Hey, fellas, pipe down over there. We can hear you through the audio. You talk about last night. I asked you 3 questions. I asked you about Mike McCarthy. I asked you about Dallas, and I asked you about Dak. This is where I'm at with it. I believe you have to give Mike McCarthy some credit. Like, he's legitimately won 12 more games the last 3 years. This is now he's en route to doing it again, probably win 13 or so. The team is operating, at least on the offensive side of the ball, 41 points a game is what they're averaging. Dak Prescott's playing the best that he's ever played. I think something changed in that Philadelphia game. You know, if he's in bounds, you know, you're talking about an inch. They beat Philadelphia.
And Schoonmaker.
They've been rolling. Exactly, Schoonmaker.
Remember at the goal line.
100%. And they called it a fumble. So they called it down at the 1, excuse me. So I would give Mike McCarthy credit. I'm giving Dak Prescott a ton of credit. Right now, Dak Prescott has the second best odds to win. Actually, I think he's 1 to win. No. He's 2 behind Jalen Hurts to win the MVP. But still games to go. The one thing that I'm still not sold on the Dallas Cowboys, and this is why. 9 turnovers yesterday in the second quarter alone, 15 turnovers in all. The end of the game, clock management situations or game management situations, Mike McCarthy, defense. You gave a Seattle team that had been struggling. This Seattle team has been struggling the last 3 weeks.
But how good did they look in those uniforms?
They look great in those uniforms. I call those are the Dave Craigs, and also
aren't those beautiful?
Those are my guys.
Kurt Warner,
100%. But you got to go back to the Dallas Cowboys. It's something about a fraud. Like, I didn't see Micah Parsons last game until the end.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop a nosebleed throughout that game. I told you about the 9 penalties in the second quarter alone. You talk about 15 penalties overall in that game. You talk about the defense getting cooked. We talk about Bland. Bland was having that year, and they start to hype him up. They said, oh, man, he's up. He's in line for MVP. He's got 5 interceptions for touchdown. He broke the record. He's en route. You know what happened before that game? You can tell that the Seattle Seahawks had a game plan, and it was to go after Bland, number 26. They didn't believe in his interception for touchdowns. They didn't believe in how good he was. And DK Metcalf, as well as Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think they exposed the Dallas Cowboys defense, and I think everybody following suit will be able to do the same thing. Attack 26, because you can't tell me, Maz, that wasn't the game plan.
Bland did come back and get a pick.
He did. He also gave up 196 yards.
He did. And this is the 5th time
3 touchdowns
in NFL history that there's not been a punt in a game. 5 times only. No punts in that game.
It was a fun game to watch.
It really was.
It was a fun game to watch. Let's go on the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the Seahawks for a second. I ask one question, then we'll do the commercial. We'll cut to the commercial. What do you think about Geno? What do you think about Geno Smith?
I'd basically given up on him a couple of weeks ago, but he showed me a lot last night. He did. He's a guy that's not afraid to take a hit. There's a guy that was getting attacked at the end, trying to get the ball out as quick as he can. He's got guts, that guy. I like Geno Smith. Is he the quarterback of the future for Seattle?
Don't save it. Okay. We'll save that till we get back from commercial break. But first, a message from Dispo. That's right. Dispo Romeo, open till 12, open till midnight now. Dispo Romeo, your local plug, over 12 locations around the state, but Dispo Romeo. It is the one right now that we're talking about. And guess where? Well, we can't tell you all that. Dispo Romeo. 21, I want to say 21 up you have to be. Cannabis, largest cannabis mall in the state. You get the best products there, whether it's flour, whether it's oil. Come to Dispo. They got it cracking, baby. Your local plug.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
winter is here, and if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling the pinch, we've got some fantastic news for you. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Here's the deal. When you work with a Mark White and Associate realtor, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. Buying a home just got a whole lot easier. Imagine having an extra $5,000 in your pocket this winter. With years of experience and commitment to making your dreams a reality, Mark White and Associates are your go-to team for all things real estate. This incredible opportunity won't last forever. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 and let them make your winter home buying dreams come true. Visit their website, markwhitesells.com, or call them at 248-290-8242 to hear the full terms of this offer and begin your home search today.
And that guy Pete can do a hell of a read, can he?
He's good. He used to be a traffic guy in town here.
I can see he reads.
Pete, how's 696 going right now?
It's wet.
we threw him on the spot. Look, he blew it. He absolutely blew it. Welcome back live on location. Ermanni and Edwards. Ryan Ermanni won't be with us. He's down in he's at the Big Ten Championship.
He's driving.
Well, he's driving. He's on the road. We wish him safe passage.
We're gonna catch up with him in a few.
We will. We'll talk to him in a second. Hey, Maz, but before we went to break, we were talking about the Seattle-Dallas game yesterday.
We're talking about Geno.
We're talking about Geno.
Yep.
I asked you, is he the guy? And then we'll get into the NFC picture. Because I think watching the game last night, like, it opened my eyes to the NFC, but first
Sure
Geno.
did. I'll tell you, but Pete Carroll, he got Geno Smith damaged goods, right? Would you call him damaged goods?
Yeah, I would say
that. You bring him in, and he really breathed life into him last year, made an offense around him, just like he did for Russell Wilson all that time. And we didn't realize how good Russell Wilson was going to be under Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
This guy's like the quarterback whisperer. You know it. You said it yourself when they had who was the big free agent they signed back in the day?
Oh, Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn, and what'd they do? I'm sorry.
They
Russell Wilson. It's got to be him. This guy knows the quarterback game. I'll say Geno Smith, I thought a couple of weeks ago that he was on his way down.
Yeah.
But after seeing him last night, I still believe this team believes in him. And the way he used DK Metcalf yesterday, Tyler Lockett, he hit him on the button. Tyler Lockett dropped the pass. I mean, there was a couple drops.
Blew my parlay, but anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
that guy don't drop anything.
He doesn't drop anything.
He don't drop anything.
And he's major on Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night. Whenever it's a primetime game, Tyler Lockett definitely shows up.
Noah Fant, it's another guy. I mean, he uses the receivers. I still like Geno Smith with this offense. Yeah. That said, I think Pete Carroll gets his quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, 100%. Look, Geno has a ceiling. Like, Geno's a guy we saw last year. He's a guy that when you block for him, when you give him some weapons, you give him Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett.
That's a hell of a trio.
And when K9's healthy, you know, Zach Charbonnet is carrying all the load right now.
He got concussed, I think. No, hurt his knee.
He hurt his knee. Can you believe Michigan let him? That's a whole other topic. I don't feel like getting
UCLA,
into.
Right?
Yeah, don't get me started. But when you put things around him, he does have success. But, you know, he's set under Eli Manning. He's set under Phillip Rivers. He's set under Russell Wilson. You had to retain some knowledge after hanging out under those three guys. I mean, two of those guys, maybe all three, will be in the Hall of Fame.
Seattle falls to 6-6 now, so they're going to struggle now because there's a lot of teams that are on their tail, including the Rams, who beat them twice already.
Yeah,
so who knows with the playoffs? But
let's take a look at that playoff picture. Who do you think, in your estimation, are the top 5 teams in the NFC right now?
I want to go to you first.
Okay.
I want to get your opinion because I have mine, but I want to hear yours.
I got my playoff teams. I actually ranked them. You told me on time out.
Give me your top 7. That's who makes the playoffs.
Eagles.
Okay.
Niners.
Got it.
Cowboys 3.
All right.
Lions 4. Seattle after last night. I don't think after last night watching Seattle you can't put them 5. And then I got Rams 6, Vikes 7.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to stick right with you there.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick right with you. Now, the Rams are on the cusp here. Now, if the Rams win this week, and they've already beaten Seattle twice, they'd get the actual tiebreaker on them. But as far as the top 4 teams go, Philadelphia still, although they're winning, I don't know how they're doing it, but they know how to win, right? 8-1 in one-score games. Their only loss to Zach Wilson. I don't know how the Jets beat him that day, but the Eagles are still the team to beat.
They're definitely the team to beat. I mean, you're talking about a team that's won 15 straight games in a row over ranked opponents. You're talking about a team that's been number 1 in the league for the last calendar years. You're talking about 31 weeks.
That's record in the last year.
Talking 31 weeks they've been at that. This is how they win, Tom Mazawey. In the fourth quarter, what they do is they keep you close. Okay, defense plays just good enough. They play just good enough to keep you close. Offense, they pucks along. They get a touchdown here. They get a long drive here. They kick a field goal. But when they get into the fourth quarter, there is something about Jalen Hurts where he kicks it into another gear. Yeah. There's something about Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter where, like, he's overcoming adversity. This is when a lot of guys, they clinch up, to say it one way. A lot of guys clinch up when they get under pressure in the fourth. He relaxes. He's chill. He's loose. You watch him in that overtime game last week. I mean, did you ever have a doubt that they were going to lose that game?
This is what he looks like on the sidelines.
He's a winner. And I think it starts when he got benched, Alabama National Championship.
I wish I had the raincoat that he puts on.
By himself.
He sits there by himself, and he looks like this. The Buffalo's going up and down last week. He's like this.
Stoic. Very stoic.
Cool as a cucumber, 100%. As we said back in the day.
Cool hand Luke,
as a cucumber.
Cool hand Luke.
I love that guy. And I said it. You weren't here on Monday, and I said if I had to start my team, I'm starting to. Well, I'll put Patrick Mahomes aside.
But I remember you told me.
I love Jalen Hurts.
I remember you told me that when we were talking about during the Super Bowl last year, when we were leading up to the Super Bowl, you talked about it. But look, Maz, at the end of the day, when you look at his role, he goes to Alabama. He gets benched in the national championship because he went the year before, couldn't get it done. He gets benched in the national championship. Tua comes in. Then he stays the course. He backs Tua up. He doesn't complain. He stays. Then when they needed him against Georgia, goes in there the next year, SEC championship, beats Georgia. Then they go back to the national championship. He's just a guy that overcomes. He goes to Oklahoma. He was at the Heisman based on that year. They told him that he couldn't be quarterback in this league. Then he goes to the playoffs. He's a guy that overcomes. And every time you see him, he's better than the version the time before you saw him.
I got to have the 49ers 1 and 1A, all right? I like that 49ers team still. I do. So I'm going to go Eagles and Niners. And I am moving the Cowboys up ahead of the Lions. Until they play each other, I'm going to see what it looks like. But I'll put the Lions at Cowboys third, Lions at fourth, and then you got the rest of the league, right? I think the Packers are starting to sneak up a little on the Vikings. If the Vikings don't win this week with Josh Dobbs or whoever they put in there, I believe if they lose this week, I believe they're finished. And I think Green Bay will overtake them for that last playoff spot.
And they're playing good right now. They got a lot of young guys. Italian's playing really good for those guys. It seems like Jordan Love, it seems like early on in the season, he's like so much pressure and, trying to replace Aaron Rodgers.
It feels good
you're
now.
The guy.
Relax.
It seems like they've had faith in him. It seems like they've reminded him. It seems like at every point they say, hey, look, you're the guy. You're not going to get benched. And I think for players, when you are worried about getting benched or you're worrying about being something, like you make mistakes. You're scared to make mistakes. And I think that's what Matt LaFleur has done with him over the past 4 weeks. He said, look, you're the guy. Nobody's coming in to replace you. There's no Aaron Rodgers. There's no draft pick that we're doing. You're the guy. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. When you are not afraid to make mistakes, you start to play better football, or you start to play any sport, you start to play better.
No doubt about it, man. And that's all it comes down to. So I like the Packers. I think they're on their way up. I think the NFC South, I don't like any of those teams. Okay. Falcons, Saints, Carolinas in dead last, and the Buccaneers. Who? Right. I don't think any of them. One of them has to make the playoffs.
This is true.
So, unfortunately, they're going to get the 4 spot.
Saints.
So, if the Cowboys overtake the Lions for the 3rd spot, the Lions won't have a home game. They'll drop to a wild card spot.
Wow.
It's very important for the Lions to try to stay even with Dallas and stay ahead. And then they play, of course, on New Year's Eve.
Let me ask you this question now. We talk about the top 4 teams in the NFL. In the NFC, excuse me. We got the Eagles, we have the 49ers, we have the Cowboys, we have the Lions. What's that tier level look like? Is there 49ers by themselves, and then would it be the 49ers and then it would be the Eagles and the 49ers?
I think so.
So
I think the Eagles and 49ers are on their own.
Okay, so those 2 by themselves.
Yep. Then you got Cowboys and Lions.
But
by the way, I made a mistake. Lions are going to win the division.
Right.
So they'll
have a home game.
They're locked at number 3.
Exactly.
Hopefully they can get number 2. So that was my bad. But as far as we're ranking them in power rankings, I still have the Cowboys above them.
Would you have the Cowboys and Lions in the same tier? Because now I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. And
here's why I wouldn't. And, we could talk about it. This is why I wouldn't have the Lions in the same tier. When the Eagles, the Cowboys defense, they've been spotty. They've been iffy, just like the Lions. They've been spotty. They've been iffy. They've given up points. They've given up touchdowns, etc. But you trust the guy on the other side right now for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott is playing MVP-level football. Mm-hmm. And I think when you do it like that, the way Dak's played in the last 6-7 games, he's operating at a different level. And that's why I think I would have them above. I don't think the Lions would be on the same page, especially how the Lions how the Eagles or how the Cowboys lost to the Eagles. You get 2 feet in. I mean, literally this close to getting that 2-point conversion. Schoonmaker, the same thing on the 1-yard line. That was a really good game. There are no moral victories, but that was a really good game for the Cowboys. And every game after that and before that, they've been kicking butt. I don't think the Lions right now are on that level. I think they're kind of trying to pucks it out. You got the Chicago game. That was almost it was a close scare.
Right.
And then you do lose to the Green Bay Packers. So I think I would have Cowboys on their own tier, Lions right under.
That's fine in power rankings at all. But, the Cowboys, if they don't win that division, they could win 13 games and still finish second place. And guess what? They would have to be on the road on a playoff game.
It's just
if
true.
They face like Atlanta, the South winner. Ugh. Because even if they are under 500, they're going to host a game, the NFC South.
Oh, 100%.
Because they're a champion.
Because they're champions. Same thing with Tom Brady.
Yep. Look what happened last year. Cowboys went in and knocked off the NFC South champion, Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers, same thing with Tom Brady. The year they got to the semifinals, they were 8-9.
Yep.
I do believe, it's going to be interesting. The good thing about it is these things do take care of themselves. 49ers and the Eagles do play this week. 49ers and the Cowboys will play in a couple weeks, and then the Lions and the Cowboys play in about 4 weeks. So a fun season down the stretch, right?
Oh, man, it's the NFL. They know how to entertain us.
Well, you know what? We keep talking about these other teams. How about we talk about the team that resides down the street, the Detroit Lions? We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from Planet Fitness, and when we come back, let's talk about these Detroit Lions this week against the Saints. First, a message from Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Hey, gang, when it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply, hands down, Michigan's best pet store, family-owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available, and curbside delivery if you need it. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply. Check them out online at premierpetsupply.com.
I tell you like this, man, dogs are expensive because I've had dogs my whole life. And that food, man, like Louis, so my Rottweiler passed away in 2019 around
What
Christmas.
was his name?
Louis.
Oh, I love that name.
King Louis, man.
I love that.
This joker's food was so expensive because he was allergic to every doggone thing.
Did you have to cut up fresh chicken and stuff for him?
I'm trying to tell you, man,
Yeah.
like the things we have to do for Louis, and then our dog Sasha that passed away this summer. And she's same thing, man. And then Nolly, our last one. She's holding on tight, man. She's in a diaper and all, man. She's
God.
She's
God
in those
bless us.
days, man.
My dog, man. I mean, they don't live long enough. I mean, they're the greatest creatures.
Life is so fast.
They don't live long. So love your dog, please. Give him all the love you can. That's all I got to say. My guy Jeter now, since I spoil him because I'm always feeding him on the side.
Jeter.
I always feed him
For
on
the captain?
Of course. I always feed him on the side.
Yeah.
Now he looks at, when I give him his food, he looks at me like, what do you want me to eat, this crap?
So what's up, man?
This is the crap you want me to eat now, Dad?
They get conditioned, man. Don't you ever have to go through something where you don't have as much money as you once did? They're like, hey, I used to eat steak, man. Now you got me eating these pork chops. But talking about the NFC picture, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. We're talking about the Eagles, we're talking about the 49ers, talking about the Cowboys. But there's another team right now that's still third in the rankings in the NFC, and that's the Detroit Lions going against the Saints this week. Maz, just quick look at the Lions, quick talk.
Yeah.
What do you want to see out of your Detroit Lions this Sunday?
You know what I want to see. I want to see them come out like they came out against the Chargers. Right. That first half of the Chargers game, minus the defense at the end of that half, and, of course, going into the third and fourth quarter, that offense, I had a huge smile on my face. They could have had 31 points. Remember, they went 4th and 1 from the goal line?
Yeah.
And they stopped them. So they got 24 points in a half. That's what I want to see against the New Orleans Saints. I want to see the offense dominate this game, give the defense a little break, stay on the field offense, take control of this game, and then try to let Derek Carr beat you. Derek Carr is not going to beat you unless you guys let him. Stay away from the penalties. Let's get the pass rush going. We got our fill-in-the-blank Friday, so I won't spoil it for you. But you know what, man? You got to get a little bit of a pass rush on this guy. And James, it's Pascal.
Yeah, Josh Pascal.
Josh Pascal.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been the focus. He's been, where's this Josh Pascal? But now he knows. They talked to him in the locker yesterday. He's like, I know they need me to be who I'm supposed to be. I can do what they need me to do, and I will do it. So I hope Josh Pascal can show up, because that would be a huge get if that kid can play like they thought he could play.
Yeah, my big thing is, I'm going to make it simple, because it's a lot of things you want them to clean up, a lot of things to do. Maz, I want to play clean football. Like, Maz, when they were winning games, whether it was the Carolina Panthers, whether it was the Bucks, it was Green Bay on Thursday Night Football, whether it was Thursday Night Football, they played Green Bay, whether it was the Raiders game, whether it was the Chiefs. Insert win here for the Detroit Lions that wasn't the Bears game. They played clean football, clean on both sides. Now what I'm seeing from the Detroit Lions on defense, they're out of position. The DBs are not in phase with the wide receivers. What's up, my guy? Running backs, the linebackers, they're missing tackles. This has been a team that doesn't miss tackles. This has been a surefire tackling team. They're missing tackles now, Jack Campbell, Anzalone. And then the defensive line, you brought up Josh Pascal. You want to know where he's at. Where's the rest of the guys at? I want guys to just be clean. Jared Goff, what was the guy? You heard Dan Miller say it when we had him on. What did Dan say? He said if he was having a conversation with this Jared Goff right now, he would say, hey, that guy last year, after the first 6 games that made that transition to the last 10 games, need to find that guy. Stop turning the ball over. These are things that are within their power. Need to clean some things up on the offensive line as well. Just play clean football.
No doubt about it, man. Now, there's a guy that they drafted, a young guy from Tennessee. Drafted injured, right? He was going to have a redshirt year this year. But Hendon Hooker back at practice for the first time all year. He's part of the team now. He's not just going to meetings and then going to work out on his own, and getting therapy and all that kind of jazz. He is on the field. So Dan Campbell was asked about Hendon Hooker. So we're going to get you to that in just a second. Dan Campbell on his rookie quarterback.
Look, it's good to get him out there. I know he's excited, to be able to feel like he's now part of the team, from his own perspective. That's hard when you're limited to, I'm in meetings and that's about it. Then I go and rehab. And so I know he's excited to be out there. And look, we're just in the beginning stages of it, but he's, you can see just when he throws the ball, why we acquired him. He's got a poise about him, and he's got a really smooth delivery, if you will, tight spiral. But he's just starting, he's just starting, but it's good to get him out there.
That's got to mean the world. And you heard what he said. Kid throws a good ball, a tight spiral. Who doesn't throw a tight spiral?
Number 16.
Okay, so I'm just saying, these are little things that I picked up on this that I'm looking forward to seeing what this kid could bring.
Yeah,
eventually.
Let's have a real conversation. Everybody, it's been since Jared Goff's been here. Is he the guy? Can he win the games? Is he worthy of the contract? Is he going to be the guy you keep? We're not going to get into speculation about that. I don't feel like doing that. But you know what we can do? Everybody gives Brad Holmes credit for his draft picks, right? But what is the very detail about his draft picks? These are guys that he likes. These are guys that he falls in love with. Mm-hmm. These are guys that he recruits more than other guys. There's a reason why Hendon Hooker got drafted to the Detroit Lions. Like you said, Dan Campbell getting excited about the spiral, getting excited about what he's seeing. There's a reason why they drafted Hendon Hooker. They like Hendon Hooker, and they want themselves a young quarterback. This is something where
that's how you win.
It is what it is. I mean, you've seen the limitations of Jared Goff, and he's had a rough patch, and so we don't want to crucify him right now. Everybody has a rough patch. I mean, we saw Patrick Mahomes games 3 through 6.
More or less, he's had a very good year this year.
He's definitely had a real good year, but it's one of those things where it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Now, being back on the field and being like you were out for a while too.
Yeah.
And how isolated do you feel when you're not involved like this kid has been? He's never been involved with this team, really. He's just been in the backyard.
Yeah, you just really don't feel like you're a part of the team. I remember when I tore my ACL in 2005. I tore it in December, so there were 4 games left in the season, and I wasn't going to meetings. They didn't have me in meetings. They didn't have me in practice. They didn't have me in drills. I wasn't doing things. I wasn't out there watching practice. They legitimately had me in a training room. They had me doing my own workouts. They had me doing my own drills. They had me doing my own stuff with the strength and conditioning. I felt like a guy on the side. Yeah. It's kind of like David Beckham when the coach wouldn't play him, and he was just on the side kicking balls, and everybody else is actually practicing with Manchester United. But it's one of those things where you feel like the loneliest guy. Like one is the loneliest number. You're sitting over there, you're doing everything away from the team. They're having success or they're losing. Even if they're losing, you want to be a part of the losses because you want to be a part of what gets it to the good side. And when they're winning, you definitely want to be a part of winning. So now that he's actually back, he's in the fold, good for him. We'll see what happens with him.
And Hendon Hooker was asked just the other day. Matter of fact, Matt Broder was there, and he asked him about what are your future goals here for you as a Detroit Lion. Here's Hendon Hooker.
I don't think we have that one. But, I mean, if I was Hendon Hooker, just speculating, his goal is to start for the Detroit Lions. Like, Hendon Hooker got drafted to a team that was on the way up. They were 9-8 last year. Now you see him this year. They're 8-3. He got drafted by a winner. You got a damn good coach. You got a damn good offensive coordinator who might not be here next year. But he got drafted to a winner. And when I got drafted, Ryan, Maz, my apologies, I'm used to doing that. I wanted to be a part of the Browns. I wanted to be a reason why he changed. I wanted to be a reason why they were in the playoffs. I wanted to be what the team drafted me to be. I mean, Hendon Hooker's a guy's like, shoot, if I don't get hurt, I win the Heisman. If I don't get hurt, maybe we beat Alabama. If I don't get hurt, I go, maybe I'm the second quarterback taken. Maybe I'm the first quarterback taken. You never know. So he's operating from a place of, I know who I am. Let me show everybody else who I am and how I can be of help.
Now, here's the thing. Brad Holmes reaches for a third-round pick on this guy.
Yeah.
Instead of maybe finding a pass rusher, right? Am I right there? So if they took him, they're not taking him just to keep him in the background as a backup quarterback. They're taking him because they believe that he could be the future quarterback of this team.
100%. You're talking about a guy that would have gone first round, a guy that maybe would have won the Heisman. So even though he got drafted third, he's not third, but I think we got that clip now. Here's Hendon Hooker on
his goals.
What does he expect to do?
Just want to get better. Every day, 1%. Continue to stay in my playbook. Continue to ask questions and get better. Just being a competitor. You want to get out there and compete and have fun. Do what you do. You do what you love doing. Just play football. So it's tough.
To him right there.
Go get him, Hooker.
Go
get him.
TJ Hooker. There you go. That was a good TV show. But listening to him,
that was William Shatner, wasn't it?
It was.
There you go.
It was. But just listening to him just right there, he reminds me of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a guy that says everything right at the podium. And the two things he just said that I love, he said stay in that playbook and ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you can ask for a young guy is to stay in that playbook and ask those questions. Because if he's asking questions, this is a guy that wants to learn his playbook and take over at some point.
I'm looking forward to it. But I know he's not the year. He's not for him now.
No, it's
for
not.
now, we need Jared Goff, like you said, just to get back to playing the game that he was playing earlier in the year, not turning it over. Remember, he had fumbleitis when he first came here.
Little hands.
Fumbleitis. He had little hands.
Little hands was the thing.
And I remember bringing it up. Wow, this guy don't fumble anymore. I mean, that's because he had a nice, clean pocket.
Yeah.
That offensive line, I think it's what record are they now? What record are they now?
16 rotations.
They're 8-3.
8-3.
So this will be their 12th game. Out of the 12 weeks, they have had 11 different combinations on the offensive line. That's tough.
No, definitely it's tough because you can't get into a sense of rhythm. You can't get used to the same old guys. Guards are rotating here. The center's rotating over here when he's out. Frank Ragnow did miss a game. So it's hard to get in rhythm, and that rotation is starting to affect them. They were looking really good. This is the identity of the team. It's the offensive line. Well, when you got guys going in and out, guys being injured, guys fighting through pain, let's not forget Taylor Decker was hurt early in the year. Now, he's been fighting through it.
Oh, yeah.
But how is Taylor Decker feeling?
Look at Ragnow, bad toe for life.
And just willing it.
Yeah.
And he's out there willing to do it. So you got to appreciate the Iron Manism in that. But they got to fight. They got to figure it out. Because one thing we were thinking about, I was like, look, they've had injuries. They've had different rotations. They had all these things. But you know what, Maz? When you get into the playoffs, nobody's going to want to hear that. Nobody's going to want to hear who's not here. Nobody's going to want to hear about those different rotations. So they got to find a way with this rotation that they have to get back to ground and pound. Like, that's what they were doing when they were dominating teams early on. When they went through that, I want to say the NFC South stretch, ran the ball, and they opened up the pass with Sam Laporta. Where's Sam Laporta been?
Yeah, he's been here and there. He got a touchdown last week, but, not as many. Not as many. The last few weeks, maybe teams are watching tape on him, and they're trying to take him out of the game. That's where other guys got to come in and pick it up. But this Lion team going forward, man, it's just they just got to get back to the basics. Run this ball against New Orleans. That's a pretty good defense that the Saints have, but that offense is not clicking. They're averaging 17 points a game. You heard we had Mike Haas on yesterday, the voice of the Saints. He says,
by the way, he didn't really sound too confident in the Saints, did he?
No. He said they're the worst team in the red zone.
There was no confidence in the Saints. I think he said to the tune, the Lions have been in there 38 times, and the Saints have been there 40.
40, and they don't get in.
They don't have red zone offense. Like when I watch,
what happened to Jamal Williams?
What happened to Alvin Kamara?
Yeah.
Like they get down there, they don't know how to use them. They try to run the ball up the middle. Like last time I checked, Alvin Kamara is not the guy running between the tackles on the 10-yard line. He's the guy that you flex out, the guy you do passes with, the guy you do something quick. They got it. Well, they don't have to because we're going against those guys, but they need to figure it out. But hopefully, the Detroit Lions, hopefully that defense, they look at that offense and say, fellas, this offense is not good. Derek Carr cannot be trusted. No. Alvin Kamara has not got going. The only guy that's consistent on that team is Chris Olave in the last 2 years. If I'm Aiden Hutchinson, I'm licking my chops.
I hope so.
If I'm Jack Campbell, if I'm Brian Branch, if I'm this defense.
This is a get-right game.
This is a get-right game, Maz. This is a game you go out there, you get a couple sacks. I'm not saying you have to have 9. You get 2 sacks, 2.5 sacks. You get a pick. You get a bunch. Put them in third and long a lot. Don't allow them to get in third and short. Put them in third and long. Get the ball back to your offense. They got to work in unison. When the Lions were doing good, offense was working with defense. They're not doing that right now.
Jamal Williams has been 0 this year. Do you think?
Who?
Do you think that he's talking to them saying, all right, I want the ball this week? Do you think Jamal Williams will be a factor in this game?
No. They may give him a run or two, something like that, but I don't think he'll be a factor, and I don't think he's going to, give me the ball. This is my old team.
You don't think that?
It doesn't really work.
Didn't you want to beat the Browns?
But he doesn't start, though.
I know, but he gets in.
Yeah, ish. When you're a guy like Jamal Williams, you can't go to the coach and say, hey, man, let me get off this week, pause. When you're that guy, it has to be a part of the game plan. When I went back to Cleveland, so I got traded from the Cleveland to the Jets in 2009, 4th game, and then the 6th or 7th game in 2010, we went to Cleveland, played against them. I wanted to go ham and cheese. I wanted 2 touchdowns. I wanted 200
and your teammates
yards. I wanted to throw my helmet in the
stands. Didn't your teammates want to get it to you?
Flip the bird. They did. But
that's what I mean.
But it was a part of the game plan. We had some plays in. A couple plays that didn't necessarily work out. San Antonio Holmes ended up having a big game. It was about the win. I wanted to, but at the same time, I'm like, they should know that I want to have a really big game. So I shouldn't say it.
Hey, well, you know what we got to get in next?
What?
We got to call our boy Ryan.
Is he ready? Is he still on the road?
He's on the road till 5 o'clock
today. How long
today.
does it take you to get to Indianapolis?
I think it's 4. Isn't it 4+ hours? About 4 or 5 hours.
I thought it was 3.5.
Now his family was going to go with him, but now he's a lone wolf.
Everybody's sick.
Everyone's sick.
I'm sick. You're sick.
It sucks out
Family's
there.
Sick.
It sucks out there.
I went to Woodward Sports. Jesse's sick.
He's sick too?
Jesse's sick. Everybody's sick.
You know who hates this kind of weather?
You get a cold.
Everyone gets a cold. My dog Jeter is hiding right now under the bed.
Oh, he is?
He despises any kind of rain. I mean, he's got I got a dog that just don't really like going outside.
He doesn't like a lot, does he?
He don't like a lot.
He doesn't like
He's
a lot.
He's a wacko, but he's my guy.
Well, look, more about Jeter in a second, but first let me get a message from the Hamlin Pub.
Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of the Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazawey and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcitron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Drink Cintron.com/Vegas.
Hey, Maz, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt. Back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, and actually it will be Ermanni and Edwards with Maz as we got our boy Ryan Ermanni on the telephone.
Thank
Maz,
you, Ryan.
Take it away.
Hey, buddy.
Fellas.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Hey, man, I miss you guys today. It is December 1st. I can't even freaking believe it.
I know.
Where did the year go?
I'm telling you, man. But great to be with you guys. You sound great. You are making my drive.
Oh, you're too kind, brother.
Very, very smooth and easy. Now, this is a miserable drive now. This
sucks.
Drive through Ohio is a miserable drive.
But the drive should be a little bit better knowing that we beat those assholes the other day. So that's got to make the drive a little bit better.
Absolutely, but I'm going the speed limit.
Yeah.
Speed limit is 65. I'm going 69.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
I got.
Don't pull over. Don't pull over and go too far off the freeway to get to a gas station. Make sure that gas station is right off the freeway. You need to be in public locations so everybody can see you.
I'm not spending any money in this state. No way.
Hey, Rye, we didn't get a chance to chat with you about last night's game. Did you get a chance to watch those Cowboys?
I did. You know what? They're playing as good a football as anybody in the NFL right now, and what they are doing at home is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty interesting to see if they are able to catch the Eagles. Nobody's going to want to play them at home. 5 straight games in which they scored, what is it now, over 40
41.
points? Well,
yeah.
I guess one of those games was a 38 spot in there, but my goodness, they are a different team at home, and they always find a way to get it done. They play the Eagles next week to get a game closer, and then they'll have 5 weeks. So next week's game, I think whoever wins that game, that team's quarterback will be leading the MVP race. That team will be the favorite to come out of the NFC, perhaps. And there's a long way to go. I would not want to play Dallas in Dallas. I'd rather play Philadelphia in Philadelphia than Dallas in Dallas right now.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd rather play Dallas in Dallas. But let me ask you this question on Ryan Ermanni. I asked Maz this at the beginning. Yeah, Philly's just tough. Like the terrain, the fans, the people. It's just tough. We've seen Dallas multiple times fold in the playoffs at home. So that's why I would rather play them than the Eagles. But you're right. The way they're playing right now, you really don't want to play either.
15 straight at home.
You don't want to play either one of them, Ryan.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question. Last night when you watched the Cowboys, are you giving how do you feel about Dak Prescott? Has he arrived? How do you feel about Mike McCarthy? Do we owe him some credit for what he's done? And how do you feel about that team as a whole? Are they invincible?
You know what's really an interesting point that I heard last night was Mike McCarthy has this offense going because he's calling plays himself. He inherited Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator. He didn't hire Kellen Moore to be offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore was there, and then Mike McCarthy got hired to be the head coach, and Kellen Moore was calling the plays. Mike McCarthy is in his element calling that offense right now, and he is making a difference. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott are as in sync as any coach and quarterback in the NFL. I mean, you could put them right up there with Andy Reid and Mahomes.
They're not clicking right now.
That, name a coach and a quarterback as in sync as those two right now.
Yeah, outside of Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan, I don't think you can say anybody. And even with them, Ryan, I would agree that I still would take, in this current moment, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. Yeah, I agree. I think so much is made, too. I think another thing that we saw, Ryan, with this Cowboys team, early on in the year, remember the rhetoric was, we're going to be complimentary. We're going to run the ball and then pass the ball. We're not going to turn the balls over. We're going to save Dak's interceptions by running the ball, playing some complimentary football. Along the way, remember they weren't doing, like we were laughing at their offense early on in the season. The defense is what was holding them down. I think at some point, Mike McCarthy finally said, you know what are we, Dak, look, you're making $52 million. Let's go cook. Let's put this system in play because the running game isn't there without Zeke and Tony Pollard. Let's cook. And ever since then, you've seen a different Dak Prescott and you've seen a different Mike McCarthy with this offense.
Without question, I'll tell you this much. I heard you say this earlier, Braid. You're absolutely right about this. How fun was that game to watch last night?
Awesome.
I mean,
it's a great game.
I almost felt like that was an apology from the NFL for Monday night's 12-10 game.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's a good call right there. I mean, you got you had the uniforms. You had
those Seahawk uniforms.
You had big plays. you had goal line stands. You had defenses in the moment. You had interceptions. You had befuddlement by both coaches. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? You had everything that you could want to have in the game, and then the Cowboys get the win.
Too many penalties.
Hey,
though.
One more. Well, I mean, how about Al Michaels'
I know.
famous line? I think I'm going to put my headset down and let Clete Blakeman call the rest of the game. I mean, what an absurd night that was. Taking really put their footprint on the game last night. Those officials. I mean,
9 penalties in the second quarter.
Look how long the game went.
It's almost like that. It's almost like they anticipated calls and just called them.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, can I make one observation about that game last night?
Please.
It's something. So one of the things about what we do for a living is I feel like we have to overreact to every single game. Oh, the Lions are great. Oh, they're in trouble. They're going, Seattle sucks. Oh, Dallas is so – like we overreact so much. It's just a product of what we do. I think last night just goes to show you how hard it is to play a full NFL schedule. I mean, Seattle plays 28 other teams. They win that game last night, and the narrative is completely different on Seattle right now.
Yep.
Dallas did not play their best game at all, but they found a way. They gave up 35 points to what we believe is, pretty average offense over if you judge it by the last month.
Yeah.
And Geno Smith. But my goodness, they found a way. Sometimes in the NFL, you just have to find a way to escape because the season is so long, you can't possibly play a perfect game each and every week. And you do have ups and downs. In Seattle, I was, leaving them for dead. And last night, they looked like a top 6 team in the NFL. They just ran into a top 5 team in the NFL.
That's a fact, right?
It just goes to show you how difficult it is and there are ebbs and flows in a season. And just to relate it back to the Detroit Lions, maybe they were in one of those ebbs and flows, and now we're going to see what they're really made of coming up against the Saints here on Sunday. 35
points and no punts. Seattle became the first team to have that combination and lose a game. 35 points they scored, and they did not punt the ball, yet they lost to that Dallas Cowboy team, who Braylon and I have now put ahead of the Lions on our power rankings. Do you believe that, Ryan?
Hold on. Before
you have to be.
Yeah, 100%. Ryan, I want to ask you something. You were talking about the ebbs and flows. You're talking about basically they found a way to win, and you brought it back to the Detroit Lions. Like sometimes they're the ebb and flows. I absolutely agree with you. You have these ebbs and flows during the season. My big concern, though, for the Detroit Lions in this particular ebb is they allowed 5 touchdowns in a row to the Los Angeles Chargers, who weren't playing good football. I mean, you look at what the Jets did to them. You look at what other teams did to them. Your guy, Justin Herbert, who you put me on game, you say, hey, look, I haven't seen it out of him. They keep talking about this guy as the one. I hadn't seen it out of him. 5 touchdowns in a row at the end of the game. The Lions did the same thing. That's why you win. Then the next game, the Chicago Bears. Yes, they pick up Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat has definitely helped that Chicago Bears defensive line defense and the whole team inadvertently, but the Lions look pitiful in that situation, in my estimation. And then you double back the following week, and you lose to the Green Bay Packers. So there are ebbs and flows, Ryan, but I don't like the ebb that the Detroit Lions are currently on because it just seems like they're going on the decline as opposed to a straight line trying to figure it out.
Totally agree with that. But, again, that's what we're going to find out on Sunday. I think we're going to learn a lot about this team on Sunday, whether or not the way they've been playing over the last 5 weeks is who they are, or if it was an ebb and flow of the season.
Yeah.
If it was just one of those natural declines for 4 or 5 weeks, and oh, by the way, a natural decline in which they've gone 3-2 in those 5 games where they haven't played good at all. They haven't played good football in 5 weeks, but they have somehow found a way to go 3-2. Good teams do that.
Yeah.
And again,
you're absolutely correct.
I'll reserve judgment on the Lions and who I think they are until about 4:15 or 4:25 on Sunday, because I think this game is that big. Could they lose it? Yeah, I think they can go 2-4 in the last 6 and still win their division. But I think this team has bigger goals than that, and we're going to find out, again, a lot about this team. Was the last 5 weeks just a natural decline of a season in the middle of a season, or is that who they are? We'll learn about that on Sunday.
Ryan, well, the good thing is we don't have to wait too long to find out what Maz has cooking in these fill-in-the-blank Fridays. So stay with us for a second, but I'm going to do this quick read. We'll come back, do a little fill-in-the-blank Friday. Sound good to you, Ryan?
Sounds great.
All right, but first, a message from Feldman. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with its 18 locations. That means there's a Feldman dealership near you or in your backyard. Just go to feldmanauto.com. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience. Call the Feldman Advantage. Do yourself a favor. Take advantage. Coming back with...
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness!
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Gabby, is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, folks, let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Company, official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown and family-owned. Bad boy mowers, tractors, style handhelds, and even weed whippers. Liberty Trail Generac generators, that's Ryan's favorite. Snow X plow and salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. Rent it at 0% financing, delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Welcome back. Second hour of the show, Woodward Sports Network. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ryan Ermanni is joining us by phone. Ryan, you there, buddy? Uh-oh. Did Ryan leave?
No.
There he is. Don't scare us. You know when we get on location, man, everything goes haywire, so don't do that to us.
We're doing good, though.
That was a bad joke. Ryan, we're going to make this quick for you because I know you're in tune, you're in your thoughts. We'll get you fill in the blank Friday, and then we'll get you your picks. Sound good to you?
Sounds perfect.
Maz, you want to run through the fill in the blank?
All right, here we go, folks. Fill in the blank Friday. Question number 1. The Michigan defense will hold Iowa to blank yards and blank points on Saturday night. Ryan, I'll let you go first.
Less than 200 yards and 3 points.
Wow. Wow.
That's funny. Look at my paper.
Maybe less than 3. I don't know if Iowa scores, guys.
Wow.
Yes. The over-under in this game opened at 35.5. It's now 34.5. And Michigan's a 22-point favorite. So, I mean, you're basically saying that Iowa can only score about 7 points.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a staggering game.
Yeah,
staggering how bad offense is.
I got them at 182 yards, Ryan. They probably won't even get that. They're probably more close to 156. And I got 6 points, 3 per half. The only reason why is because when I went 2 years ago to the Iowa game, like Kirk Ferentz had a couple things up his sleeve. They actually should have scored a touchdown on a trick play, had the running back wide open. You missed that, and then they missed the field goal. So I think with it being the Big Ten Championship, they'll find 6 points, but I think Michigan will find 48.
All right. My turn now.
What do you got?
I've got Iowa at 250 yards of offense.
Never happened.
250 yards of offense.
Never happened.
And 10 points.
Are you playing video game?
And 10 points. I just got a hunch that somehow a special team will score a trick play like Purdue tried last year and Iowa the prior year. Yeah. Remember? Yep. They almost – Michigan was down at one point.
Oh, to Purdue. That's because they had our plays, right?
I know. They did have our plays. So Iowa's got our plays too, probably.
Man, Iowa stinks. I watched them lose 37-0 third game of the year to Wisconsin. Somebody. No.
All right.
Minnesota, I think it was.
That's fine. All right, Ryan, here goes.
They stink.
Number 2, J.J. McCarthy will account for blank combined yards.
Well, let me go first before the president of the J.J. McCarthy fan base goes. Let me go first. J.J. will combine for 412 yards.
Wow.
I'm going 412.
You're kidding.
I'm going 412.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. Time to get his legs back. It's time to get his legs back. I think they run the ball with J.J. a little bit, start to ease him into it, because you can't just do what you haven't done all year when you play Georgia or you play Alabama or insert which team will be there, Oregon, Washington. You got to start now so he feels comfortable. 412, book it.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm going to go with about 280 and 2 touchdowns for J.J.
Okay.
280 and 2 touchdowns.
You see touchdowns weren't on here, though.
I know, but I'll let him have it.
I like messing with him.
280 total yards. So that means passing and rushing. You're 400?
412. Don't act like it's impossible. Like we saw him. He was over 400 against Ohio State. He was over 400 against TCU. He was over 400 against, it was one more game last year.
Where's the Iowa defense rank in the Big Ten?
They stink.
They do?
They're like 7th in the country. They're like 7th in the country,
Yeah,
but Iowa hasn't seen a quarterback like this ever.
Hold on.
And Iowa hasn't seen a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy ever.
This year, no, 100%, Ryan, you're right. But you can't judge, and this is what I hate. I hate when they do Iowa's ranked 7th in the country. The Big Ten sucks. So I don't judge. So it's hard to judge. Like, oh, yeah, they're the 7th-ranked defense. Yeah, that's the Big Ten stinks. Like, they're playing against Illinois and Rutgers and Nebraska and insert any Big Ten team here.
All
Michigan
right.
State, Minnesota.
What did you pick? 200 what? No, Ryan, what did you pick?
412. He picked
I did
280.
280 and
All
2
right.
touchdowns. But, I mean, again, Braylon's right about it. I mean, the ranking is the ranking. I'm not going to take the ranking away from them, but they have it. Again, I don't think that has any impact on this game. They have not seen a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy all season.
All right, I'll go 325 combined
There
yards.
you go.
325 combined yards. All right, here we go. Question number 3. The final 4 teams in the college football playoff will be, Ryan, you're up.
Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State.
Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, Texas is losing and Florida State's losing. And if Texas and Florida State lose, you are going to have a 1-loss Washington or a 1-loss Ohio State. And you guys already know who they're going to choose. Texas will lose tomorrow. Book it.
Aren't they a double-digit favorite?
Yeah.
15.5 favorite.
And you're picking them to lose.
Outright.
Hey, Ryan, let me give you a little stat right. Oh, so let me answer your question first, man.
Yeah.
I'm going Georgia, Michigan, Washington, and Texas.
So you like Washington tonight then?
I like Washington tonight.
Okay.
I like them tonight. Kind of like why Ryan likes Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
This is why Texas will beat Oklahoma State. 3 games ago, Oklahoma State lost to UCF 45-3.
Wow.
UCF is 5-5. There is no way Texas is going to let that Oklahoma State team beat them after watching them lose to UCF, who's not even ranked, 5-5, 45-3. 45-3 can happen in the NFL, and you can bounce back.
Is that Mike Gundy's team? I'm a man.
Yeah,
I'm 40.
He's a boy in that game.
Yeah.
I trust you, Ryan, but I'm just saying 45-3 by UCF, that doesn't look good. And that's not Scott Frost down there coaching UCF, by the way.
No.
Save the tape. Save the tape. Make a marking of this.
I'll mark it.
We're ready.
Here's my 4.
307.
You ready for my 4 to shock you? Here's my 4.
Bama, Ohio State.
Michigan, number 1. Number 2, Oregon. Oregon.
Oh.
Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Alabama. That's my pick.
Ooh.
That's my pick. Georgia hasn't lost a game in 2+ years. If they lose to Alabama, they're not falling out of the top 4. And if Alabama wins, you ain't keeping them out of the top 4. I like Oregon to win tonight in a close game again. I'll take Washington in the points. The spread's 9.5. I'll take Washington in 9.5, but Oregon will win that game and get in, and they'll be number 2. Georgia 3, Bama 4.
My only issue, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind anything you said. My only issue is the committee, and is it who deserves it or is it who's the best team? Because in my estimation, I look at Michigan beat the number 2 team in the country. Number 2 team in the country, right? They should be the number 1 team in the country right now, just based on laws and metrics. They beat the number 2 team, and in fact, Ohio State was the number 1 team 2 weeks ago. Michigan beats them, and they don't move. Meanwhile, you're going to tell me Alabama,
who lost to Texas,
who's 8th in the country right now, or 7, wherever the hell they're at, they're going to beat Georgia, and they get to jump all the way up to 3.
I know. I forgot that they lost to Texas.
In Alabama, in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, my God. What happens, right?
So I'm not saying you're wrong.
What happens if Alabama wins and Texas wins?
Oh, Texas is out.
Even though they beat Bama.
Remember the conversation I had with Ryan last week? I said, yo, Texas is not making the national championship. It's 3 ways how they can get
screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Fleeced. 3 ways they can get fleeced. All right, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait till we're having this conversation on Sunday. Maz, what's the next one?
All right, here we go, boys. We're going to go, we're going to go into the pros now. We got time to go into the pros, or we need a break?
Oh, we're good.
All right.
We're good. Let's finish it.
Jared Goff will throw for blank yards and blank touchdowns this Sunday against the Saints. Go ahead, Braylon.
265, 3 touchdowns.
Ryan?
That's exactly the ballpark I was going to go. I was going to go 275 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll go 3 1/4 and 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
All right, so we're all on the same there.
Yeah.
We're all on the same
We're all locked and loaded on those 3 touchdowns.
Yep, it looks like the Lions are going to win that game. Yeah. Blank will be the offensive player of the game for the Lions. Blank will be the offensive player of the game. Ryan.
The 12th pick overall in 2022.
I'm going to go on a limb here. You ready for this one?
Ready.
Jamison Williams.
Braylon just said that.
That's what I said. The 12th pick in 2022. I agree with you, Ryan. I think he's due, and I think you started to see Dan Campbell this week. Started to see Brad Holmes. Started to see other guys talking about him in practice, talking about his consistency. When you start hearing coaches talk like that, that means they're up to something. That means they're going to cook, and I think they're finally ready to let him do something and have a day. Ryan, I couldn't agree with you more.
Good call, guys.
One of the things about Dan Campbell is he has telegraphed a little bit in his press conference who he talks about as to who's going to get the ball and who isn't.
Yeah.
Remember when he was talking about Jamison Williams?
Yeah, he's fitting more into the offense. Yeah.
Caught touchdown.
But I'm saying, like, at the start of the season, he's throwing them out there. We have no expectations. Whatever. Just fit in. Now it's, now you see it. Now you see it. You see it. The way he talks about Jamison Williams is different. I anticipate him having a big day.
I hope you're right. I'm going to go with Jared Goff on a bounce-back game. This is his time. He has got to show us. He's indoors. No excuses, all right? Let's protect them. The offensive line should be intact. Hopefully Jonah Jackson will go. Frank Ragnow is going to be – he will be there as well. No one else has been hurt unless someone got hurt today that we don't know about.
No, not
so I'm going to go with Jared Goff behind a solid offensive line for player of the game. 2 more, guys.
Let's knock these 2 out quick, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and do our picks. Get Ryan's
Lions
picks.
defense is going to have how many sacks this weekend against New Orleans? I'll go first. I'm going to say they break out, and they have 3 sacks this weekend as a team. 3 sacks as a team. Braylon, what do you got?
2.5.
2.5. Ryan, what do you got?
0.
You're going with that.
That's
again.
not good. That's that. If the Detroit Lions go another game without getting to a quarterback, especially a quarterback like Derek Carr, who has been sacked a lot this year
and concussed,
that does not bode well for this defensive line. Just moving into this.
Well, it's one of this football team. If you go look through box scores, it's either 0 or 3. It's either 0 or 6.
Yeah.
0 or 2. There's no in between. They either get to the quarterback or they don't.
That's why I picked 3. I feel this week for Goff and for the defense.
So it'll be 2 weeks in a row that they didn't get to the quarterback if Ryan's correct, right?
Yeah, that'll be I mean, because
they definitely didn't touch Jordan.
They didn't touch Jordan Love.
Yeah,
last one, guys, and this one. Well, I don't know, Ryan. You don't have the schedule in front of you, but the game the game that you're looking most forward to is which one? And I know we're all going to take the Niners and the Eagles, right?
That's it. I mean, that's the game of the week. And also, I'm real okay.
I got one for you. I got one for you.
How about the Chiefs at the Packers?
I like that. That's a Sunday night game at Lambeau. That might be fun.
I think that might be Patrick Mahomes' first game ever at Lambeau as well.
It is.
Oh.
You're absolutely correct.
Cool.
He was talking about it earlier. He said, it's a storied place that you want to play at. I like it, especially with Jordan Love playing the way he's playing right now. He's got some feels, those young guys over there. Defense with Rashawn Gary, he's really stepping it up a notch too. So that might be a hard game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go with a game that I thought Ryan was going to go with. How about that Broncos-Texans game?
Oh, yeah.
How about the Broncos-Texans? I think that's going to be really good.
That's a playoff game.
That's a really good game, and you will see how good the Texans are or how good the Broncos are. Sean Payton on way to possibly being Coach of the Year.
Good call. Good call.
Love it.
All right, Ryan, we're going to take a quick break and come back and do our picks, buddy. Then we'll let you drive and do what you do.
We'll let you enjoy that good Ohio air. Psych. But first, a message from Swiss.
Do you have football on the brain? It's already been an awesome fall with college and pro football this year. Fall is also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. As for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazawey and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
That's right, BullseyeEventGroup.com. Join us, the VIP tailgate, the Detroit Lions. The Woodward Sports is down at Eastern Market Shed 5 every home game. In fact, the Denver Broncos are coming to town. The game just got flexed to 8:15 on a Saturday. That'll be the next game for the Detroit Lions. It's going to be a fun one. Come down to Shed 5. You got drinks, they got food, people party, Woodward Sports Network. You never know what free giveaways we'll be giving out. And just come down. It's Detroit trying to get to the playoffs for the first time in a very long time. You want to be with the people, you want to be in the mix, come down to Shed Market, Eastern Market, BullseyeEventGroup.com. Welcome back, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Maz, the main man, hanging in there. Ryan is joining us by phone. That's called dedication, baby. Woo. Been on the phone with the last 30 minutes, giving his picks, giving his takes. The man can do it all from anywhere. Ryan, what's up, my guy?
You, baby. Look, man, we are on top of it. I think we've been having some good shows over the last couple of months. And, I just wanted to be with my guys. So let's go.
Hey, Ryan, what's the biggest difference in, August 12th, 2021 to now? As it were, us starting the show to now, what do you think the biggest difference is?
Knowing who we want to be. Knowing what we want to do. Yeah. Knowing what kind of show we want to give to the people, knowing what kind of show we want to do. For the first couple of years, it takes a minute to figure that kind of stuff out, right? Just like anybody in any profession, whether you're, selling cars, selling insurance, working at GM, you try to navigate through and figure out what the expectation of the job is. And I think for us, it was a little unique to really kind of just focus on football at first. We wanted to be so many different things for so many different people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think we really kind of just focused on Lions, NFL, and football as a whole. And that's what we became. And that's, I think, what people want.
Yeah, can't forget the maize and blue there, brother. Although they...
No, but football as a whole,
true.
That was. Yeah, so that's what we are.
100%. Tom Mazawey, this might be your favorite segment of the week.
Oh, I'm doing okay so far. Let me give you our updates on our Pick'em segment. We pick 7 games a week, and here we are going into week number, is it week 13?
Week 13.
Oh, my God.
Week 13.
I've got the lead right now with 48 wins.
You have not been challenged at all this year.
Braylon at 41. And Ryan at 37. Ryan, you're 11 off the pace.
Yeah. You only 4.
Okay, I'm going to pick up a couple of games this week.
All right, let's go. You ready, boys?
Let's rock and roll.
First one's going to be Braylon out of the horn here. The Colts at the Titans. The Titans are getting 1 at home. Colts trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Braylon.
No Jonathan Taylor. Give me the Titans. That's
1 vote for the Titans. Ryan?
I think this is one of the easy ones. I like the Titans too.
Yeah.
You've got a playoff team going up against a dead team, and it's 1.5.
Yeah, 1.
Funny number. Give me the funny number, Titans.
Okay, you guys both got the Titans. I'll take the playoff team.
Ooh.
Give me the Colts. I'm going to the playoffs.
No
I'm taking
Jonathan
the Colts
Taylor?
with me. Who cares? No Jonathan
You
Taylor.
sound like Jim Irsay.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I tell you what. You'll see.
You'll see. Gardner Minshew, baby.
Man.
Here we go.
You don't have a running back.
Playoff game number 2. The Broncos at the Texans. Man, both hot teams. Broncos have won 5 in a row, or they won 6 in a row. One of those 2. And the Texans, they're fighting for their lives here with C.J. Stroud. They are a home favorite. 3.5-point favorite for Houston. Going to you, Ryan.
Oh, my God. All day, Denver. You're going to tell me Sean Payton and Russell Wilson are getting 3 points?
They are.
3.5.
Oh, with the quickness. With the quickness. Denver all day.
Me too. Give me the Broncos. Let's ride, Denver. Let's ride.
Yeah, 100%. You're talking about a team, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. You're talking about the most improved player with probably the coach of the year. Give me the Broncos.
All right. We all agree with that one. Next one. Pretty good game here. Browns, of course, struggling without the quarterback. DTR, if he goes, he's got concussion protocol. If not, it's going to be Joe Flacco. The Rams are home, starting to catch fire. Ryan's team, and they're favored by 3.5. Cleveland on the road, getting 3.5. I'll go first. I'm taking the Browns in this game. Give me Cleveland. Braylon, who you got?
I got the Browns, man. I got the Browns. And especially if remember we talked about it. If Joe Flacco plays, I think you're going to see a team that might look a little different.
We'll see. We'll see if he's in shape. I hope you're right.
To drop back and throw a pass, you ain't got to be that good in shape.
All right,
Give
Ryan.
me the Brownies.
I know who Ryan's taking. Check off the Rams for Ryan.
Yeah, taking the Rams. That's easy. I think the Rams are about to make a run here, guys. I do. I think they're going to somehow,
Kieran Williams is a problem.
He is. He's a great back.
And
Kieran Williams is a problem.
If they get into the playoffs, they're going to have to beat teams like the Browns on a third-string quarterback.
Okay.
I agree.
You got it. You got your Rams. Here we go. Atlanta, the Falcons, going to Jersey. I got the Browns.
Okay,
I
smart.
picked first. Atlanta going to Jersey to take on the Jets. Jets are getting 2 at home. I'm going to go with you first, Braylon.
Give me the Jets.
Jets plus 2 at home, Ryan. Who are you taking?
Give me the Jets.
So you've got a team that is a division leader, and they're a 2-point favorite over a team that is about to implode. Give me the team that's about to implode. Give me the Jets.
Smart man.
Number is number is too funny.
At the end of the day, there is one thing the Jets have done good all year, that defense.
Hey, listen, if they don't win, if the Jets don't win, that means Aaron Rodgers probably won't play. So they want Aaron Rodgers to play eventually. So give me the Jets as well. I don't know why I'm picking the Jets. They're dead in the water.
Can I add this? Can I add this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't do this kind of stuff, but any defensive touchdown, Jets are going to get a defensive touchdown in that game. For the Jets to cover or even win the game, they're going to need to score a defensive touchdown.
I like it. Sauce Gardner to the house.
Fair enough. He's been invisible this year.
I know.
He's been invisible.
From all pro to pro all.
Here we go. The game of the weekend. The 49ers in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a home underdog. They are getting 3 points. They have one loss.
Yeah.
And they are getting 3 points at home. Ryan, you already took the Niners?
Yeah, he took Niners off top.
Yes, don't play the team, play the number. They are begging you to take the Eagles. They are begging you to take the Eagles.
Let me say
That's
this.
why this is my lock of the week, San Francisco.
Let me say this. Last week I said bet everything you got on the Bills because the number. I said they're going to lose to keep it close with Dallas, to keep it close with the Lions. Give me Buffalo. Buffalo piddled that game away. They wanted to give them the win, and they wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
So I'm going against it. I'm going against myself this week, and I'll take Philadelphia at home as a home underdog.
Look, I'm taking Philadelphia.
Man, you won that game last week, though.
I know, by a half a point. By a half a point.
But how many games have you ever well, never mind. Go ahead.
I'm going to take
the win.
I know.
I'm going to take the Eagles. All we keep doing is doubting Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Oh, the Dolphins, this high-powered offense. They're going to come in. They're going to do the thing. Oh, Dallas, Dak is now back. He's going to come in and do. Oh, the Bills. The Bills are going to come in here. Josh Allen's going to have a bounce-back game. I mean, he did play really good. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles find a way to win when the clock says 0-0-0. Give me Philly.
One loss only this year, and it was a one-score
that was
game.
to the Jets.
And it was to the Jets.
To the doggone
Well, they
Jets.
lose to another.
Bird.
Another? No, it's the 49ers, the Eagles. All right, you lock it in. You're in. Here's the Sunday night game. It's the Chiefs at the Packers. Packers are a home dog at Lambeau, getting 6 points. Who wants to go first in this one?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Chiefs. I think you're starting to see the emergence of Rashee Rice for your boy Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to figure it out. I think this is a big statement game for the Chiefs. Give me Chiefs.
I'll take the Packers.
Is this Chiefs off a bye, by the way?
Did they play last week?
Who did they remember when they lost? Who did they lose to
No,
when they lost?
That was a couple weeks ago.
They played last week, Ryan.
Yeah.
They played.
I don't remember.
They played and they won.
They lost to the Jets, didn't they?
They beat the Raiders. They
Right.
were down 14-0 against the Raiders.
Right.
Came back to win. Okay.
I got the Packers, and Braylon's got the Chiefs. Who do you have?
I got the Chiefs. Packers are a fugazi. Mahomes' first time at Lambeau, he's going to want to make an impression.
That's fine. All right, you got it? Locked it in?
Yep.
You and Ryan got the Chiefs?
Yep.
Here we go. Last one. I think we all know who we're picking. Lions at the Saints. Saints are getting 4.5 at home. I'll go first. Give me the Lions.
As in the Lions.
Give Ryan the Lions as well.
Yeah, Ryan said he's not
He
picking.
don't pick
the
against
Lions.
us.
The San Francisco 49ers are my lock of the week. My lock 1A is the Lions. I think this is the week they put it all together, win by at least 10 points.
Yeah, I agree. Braylon?
Give me the Saints.
Oh, he's trying to catch up.
Give me the Saints.
He's trying to catch
Listen,
me.
I'm trying to make up some ground on Tom Mazawey. I did not say the Lions would lose the game. I said I'm taking that 4.5 that they're giving me on the Saints though. So Lions win.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You want to catch me, right?
Yeah.
Scratch me off the Eagles and give me the 49ers. I'll take the 49ers.
Taking the 49ers?
Yep, I'll go with Ryan with the 49ers.
All right.
Scratch me off the Eagles. So that's 2 games you could pick up on me
Scratch
now.
you up, man.
Okay? I'm back on the Niners with you, Ryan.
All right.
I thought about it.
I'm going to go ahead and guarantee at least 5 wins this week.
5-2. Okay. You need it.
5-2 minimum 5-2 for me.
You need
minimum
a 7-0.
5-2.
All right, I'm going to send this to you.
I might. This might be the week.
Okay, give me the final score of the Big Ten championship game.
28-7.
Right on the number, 35.
28-7. Look at you.
All right, give me the final of the Pac-12 finale tonight. Oregon and Washington. I can't believe the Pac-12, the best conference in the league, is folding after this. Hopefully that Mountain West will merge with them and become the Pac-12 again. But who do you like tonight? Oregon giving 9.5 to Washington, Ryan. Give me a score.
And it'll be right on the number, 41-31 Washington. Or, excuse me, 41-31 Oregon.
41-31 Oregon. Who you got, buddy?
I got
How about just betting the over tonight?
I got 100%. I got 42-40 Washington.
What is the over?
200.
The over is 65.5. Thank you, Pete.
They'll have that by halftime.
Yeah, that probably should.
They'll have that by halftime.
I'll take Oregon. 38-35. 38-35. They're going to do exactly what Washington did to them, except they're going to do it in Vegas this time. Hey, Ryan, man, love you, bro. Drive safe. Thanks for coming on with us.
You got it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Finish strong.
Love you, big guy. See you soon.
Go Blue.
Love you guys. Go Blue, baby.
Go Blue.
Right.
There you go. Our boy, Ryan Ermanni.
Always a pleasure. Even
Good
when
stuff,
he's not
man.
here, he still carries the show. Look at that.
Good stuff, brother.
Right there.
We got more coming up. I got more football for you, too.
We do.
Then I want to talk a little Pistons, and Lindsey Hunter's
No.
going to join us.
We don't need to talk about the Pistons.
Oh, you don't want to talk about
We
the
don't
Pistons?
need to talk about the Pistons. What's to talk about? No, I'm just joking. Always love talking to Lindsey Hunter, big bro. It's always fun when two number ones get together. You never know what you might get to. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll get back and we'll get to Lindsey Hunter. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm.
You know the number. If you call 1-800,
stay out.
You're calling Guardian Alarm. Let Guardian Alarm offer you custom solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night, 1-800.
Stay out.
That's right. 1-800, stay out.
Stay out.
You know a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as you need. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. As for Jason, tell him Maz at Woodward Sports sent you. Call 1-800, stay out.
Stay
Guardian
out.
Alarms.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey guys, let me tell you about Les Stanford's Buick GMC. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know. It's on Woodward in Ferndale, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Feeling like a heavyweight fighter that's getting near to the end of the match. Feel like we're in about round
Still there?
10 and a half right now.
Remember when they used to go 15?
Oh, man, that's back in the day. Remember Jack Johnson, 90 rounds. How do you go 90 rounds with those light gloves?
But I follow a lot of boxing on Twitter, on X. A lot of great sites. And the other night I watched Sugar Ray Leonard, Wilfredo Benitez.
Oh, my God.
His brother-in-law.
So that's my. So
he pounded him into submission in the 15th round, but he hit him with the body blows. It was He just gashed him, man.
That's my favorite fighter. He did the same thing to Tommy Hearns.
Yep.
Remember? Like Tommy Hearns won the whole fight, was winning on the fight, and then he got to that 15th round and he just bludgeoned him.
Man.
He get tapped out.
I'm going to say this.
Sugar Ray is the best boxer ever, man.
I love him. Muhammad Ali and him.
Well, I think Muhammad Ali's the best.
There's so many I could just spill out right now at you.
Him going to jail.
I can do a boxing show.
Him going to jail, like it hurt his chance in me to be the best of all time. He lost a lot of fights after that, and he ruined his prime. Well, he didn't ruin his prime. They ruined his prime, so I look at it like that.
He took a beating against George Foreman. That rope-a-dope finished him off.
Shoot, no, the Thriller in Manila.
The Thriller in Manila.
They both almost died.
Yeah, he said I felt like it's close to death.
He said if what was it? He said if Smoking Joe didn't tap out, he was going to tap out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Crazy.
What happened, man, to that sport? I mean,
MMA?
How could it be on top of a mountain? Now it's in a freaking valley that I can't even follow it anymore.
The answer is easy. It's promoters. The promoters, there's so many promoters now. They're promoters, there's so many different belts now. And then they don't want their fighters to fight certain fighters. They want to keep their belts. They want to keep these. When Floyd started ducking people, it showed you the new format. Guys get the belt, be undisputed, and you're allowed to choose who you want to fight. Once Floyd started, and I'm not hating on Floyd because he did it, it worked, but that's when it happened. The promoters, they don't want. Like, look how long it took Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence. They've been trying to get that fight for 6 years. The promoters wouldn't allow it to happen. Yeah. Two guys, two different promoters. Back in the day, it was one promoter. It was the Crook.
Yeah, Donald King.
There you go.
He was the man.
There it was.
Love Don King Productions. And Bob Arum.
Cleveland guy. There you go.
Anyway, that's my boxing love. I just love it so much. And I watch a fight a day, literally.
Yeah, I watched David Benavidez fight last Saturday, but he knocked Andrade out. He dropped him in the 6th, I do believe.
Hey, guess who got SI's Sportsman of the Year, Sports Person of the Year?
Is it somebody in Denver? Or Boulder?
Yeah, it's someone in Boulder.
Prime time.
Prime time. Now, people are saying, what the hell are we giving, Sports Illustrated giving a 4 or 5 win coach the Sports Person of the Year award?
Because we've been talking about him all year.
I'm not arguing with
No,
it.
I'm just saying.
I love Prime, but they got something to argue about.
To a certain extent, but it's Sportsman of the Year. Like, if you look at the calendar year in terms of what Deion's done from from Jackson State to now coming over to Denver, I keep saying Denver, Boulder, to turn that program around for the first 4 weeks of the season, beating a ranked team.
That was something.
Being a ranked team.
That was must-see TV.
NTC, like, at Texas Christian. They beat him in a ranked team, the team coming off the national championship last year. He's got 4 wins, but everybody's been talking about Deion the whole year long. So, what's up, bro? So, I mean, and it's the message. And he stayed the course. He stayed true to what he is. And I love what he's doing with the players. So, I get it.
Yeah.
It's an argument. I definitely can understand people that don't like it. I'm cool with that, too. But I see both sides.
I thought maybe DeMar Hamlin. That was the guy I would have put up there.
Sportsman of the Year?
Yeah. Just because of what he went through. That was the guy that I said, oh, this is a lock. Yeah. He's definitely Sports Illustrated Sports Person of the Year, just for what he did.
Yeah, it's tough. I was talking with my homeboys now. It's like, now that he's back, he hasn't played, I'm like.
Yeah. Well, they're taking it easy with him.
It's tough because you don't, like, you want to say something, you're like, man, he's not even good. But then also you're like, don't say that. You remember what happened last year. It's like taboo.
Yeah.
So I just won't talk about him.
I'm going to give you your chance to talk here now before we go to Lindsey Hunter.
Okay.
Von Miller, yesterday I brought it up. He was accused of assault on his pregnant girlfriend. And there was an assault. There was a warrant out for his arrest in Texas. He turned himself in. And all of a sudden, the girl's like, there's no assault. You guys blew it out of proportion. Go ahead.
No, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to do it. I told you so moment. It's just we got to do a better job as people in society, man. It's like not jumping to conclusions, not being guilty before proven innocent, man. Like everything, as soon as you say something about somebody, oh, this happened or this is alleged, and instantaneously guilty. Everybody gets on social media and he's guilty. The guy didn't even get a chance to talk. We didn't even know the details. So we just got to do a better job of just letting the process play out. That's all I would say.
That's cool.
And when you do it that way, look what happens. You find out that wasn't the case. And so you could have tried to ruin this man's the legacy he's built from Texas A&M to Super Bowl MVP to another Super Bowl with the Rams to getting paid at 34 with the Bucs. Tried to ruin that in the span of one day. Take time, be patient.
The people in Buffalo were saying they should be putting out a warrant for him because he's been a no-show this year.
That's funny.
In Buffalo.
And that's another reason Sean McDermott needs to be fired.
Now, he's not getting fired. You hear the
word? I saw that.
Terry Pegula, as his people, the owner of the Bills and Sabres.
His daughter's a tennis player, right?
Yes.
His daughter's a tennis
player. She is. Yeah. A pretty good one.
She is, yeah.
Nonetheless. And his people have said there's no way in hell that Sean McDermott's getting canned. Their offense looked a lot better last week. That Ken Dorsey was not there anymore. And I forgot the guy Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. The offensive coordinator that was at Penn State. Then he took over the reins at what SEC school? Ole Miss or one of those schools. Didn't do too good, but he was really good when he had Trace McSorley, Saquon Barkley, Mike
Called a good game last week. Should have won that game.
He did. I mean, hey, look, they played about as good as they can. That's the Bills MO, man. When they play those great games, just that short.
Just that short. One more before the break here. Ex-Raiders general manager Dave Ziegler. He was fired along with Josh McDaniels after that Monday night game. No relation. Ziegler said he wholeheartedly wanted to trade up to get C.J. Stroud for the Raiders, and Josh McDaniels told them, no, we're not taking him. They wound up getting the kid from Purdue later in the round.
Aiden O'Connell.
But both of them get canned. Do you believe that story?
It's hard when you get in situations like that because guys always want to seem like they said something before and give themselves a little bit more on their resume. Like, hey, remember I told you I wanted, so you just never know. But at the same time, I can see it because it's Josh McDaniels. It's one of those Patriots coaches, stubborn, hard-headed, do it my way, which is no way because it hasn't worked for you. No. 2 different coaching stints. C.J. Stroud is – remember what came out? Was it the camp that he didn't go to, and then Brian Clark, and it made this big deal. Like, oh, man, he doesn't want people to see him throw, and everybody did all this speculation. Now how do those people feel?
They feel bad. And I think Frank Reich was the guy that wanted C.J. Stroud as well.
And got canned.
Got overruled and canned, and then the owner's like, oh, yeah, we're all in the Bryce Young camp. No, you weren't.
Before we go to commercial break, Maz, what does this do to Frank Reich? You got a guy, one as an offensive coordinator, one as a quarterback coach in Philly. He gets canned from the coach. He gets canned year 1 after 9 games with the Carolina Panthers. Is he done as a head coach in the NFL?
He said his football journey is over. I don't believe it is. He's going to get paid $25,000 a day right now.
He's
$25,000 a day.
He's still getting paid from the coach.
I know. I believe if Ben Johnson leaves, that Dan Campbell reaches out to Frank Reich and bring him in as the OC.
That's not bad.
Now, I know there's a guy in waiting here. There's
Mark Brunell.
Yeah, and there's other people, like the passing game coordinator. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that the Lions have. And Dan Campbell really likes Frank Reich. I know that. So who knows? Okay. But I don't think he's done. I don't.
You know, we haven't heard. Oh, you know what? Let's take a commercial.
Bring Robert Saleh in, too, when he gets canned. Some defense.
Hey, now that would be a hell of a move. But we need to talk more about that. First, let's talk about your favorite spot, man. Big Boy.
We're going to talk to Lindsey Hunter next. Keep it right here. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the brand new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato, pancakes are back. So is the Santa Fe Garden and the lumberjack omelet. And the new apple pie hotcakes are too good to miss. Top it off with a new gingerbread shake. For dessert, stop by your local Big Boy today. Tell them Maz sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazawey and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey guys, it's the holiday season, and you know you're tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch. It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports for the latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Make sure you click on the shop tab. Hoodies, tees, and the hats guaranteed to fit your head and turn heads. It don't even fit Pete's head. Get the latest decisions, the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Make sure you click on shop.
Nothing is fitting that dome over there. Pete, man. You knock it off, man. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with
Stuff
Maz.
a towel in his face, in his mouth.
On a Friday, we're making it through. We're almost there. It's been a long week. Everybody's trying to not get sick, including myself. But we are privileged to have my boy, Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bull, Los Angeles Lakers, 2-time NBA champions, my brother, Woodward Sports own Lindsey Hunter. What's up, big guy?
What's up, brother?
Man, you know what time it is.
Hey, Linz.
But before we have to talk about that team down in LCA and what's going on there, I want to ask you a couple quick fun questions, man. So here we go. You're on the spot.
You can ask him a 49ers question?
Oh, no. We can talk about the 49ers, too. We know he don't know nothing about the 49ers.
No, he don't.
He just know their colors. He just knows their colors. All right, Lynn, here you go. Lindsey, I'm joking. We're gonna give you a chance to see if you know about the 49ers. Top 5 Detroit Pistons of all time. Go.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Top 5 in no specific order.
No specific order.
Okay, let's go. Isaiah Thomas.
Zeke.
Joe Dumars.
Joe D.
Dave Bean.
Ooh, nice. His teammate?
Ben.
Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace.
There it is.
There we go. Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace. I like the list.
I love that.
No, Bob Lanier, huh?
Ooh, the dauber.
I know, man. I know.
Hey, Lindsey said I didn't see him.
I might have to bump Chauncey out for Bob.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real.
Hey,
but at the end of the day,
top 5's tough.
It is tough.
That's tough.
But it's fun. All right, Lindsey, here you go. Your best individual season, stat-wise, and then your best season. I'll give you an example. My best season, stat-wise, was 2007. Pro Bowl, all that. But my best season to me as a player, as a complete player, was 2010. I had less yards, less touchdowns, but I felt like I had come into my own as a complete player. Your best season and your most complete season.
Ooh, man, that's tough. I played 17 doggone years.
By the way, 5 times Lindsey played all 82 games. 5 times he played all 82 games. That ain't happening again.
No load management.
I feel all those. I feel every one of those.
I feel you on that, brother. I feel like Ray Lewis just hit me yesterday. Pause. I'm like, damn, did I play a game yesterday? Sheesh.
I can't even imagine football. That's a whole different animal. Whew. But let me see. I would say my best season was
06, 07.
Yep, 06, 07. That was going into my I think that was going to my free agency year.
Yeah.
And then they didn't want to pay me after that, so I had to wait for a little while.
It bees like that.
And I know, man. I had a great year. I had to wait.
96, 97, I'm tripping.
Look, I missed training camp most of the part in 05, 06, and I got hurt. I blew my calf trying to come back too fast.
Isn't that a devil when you know that the deal's on the table and you're trying to get back to get to that chicken? I did the same thing with the 49ers. Speaking of your team, trying to hurry up and get back. The deal wasn't what it was at one point, so I'm like, let me hurry up and come back from injury so I can get paid next year. Knee has never been the same.
Right.
Yeah, man. You know, they put us through all that crap. And
See, man, you ain't never lied. We can sit here and have a whole nother show about that. But I know Maz wants to talk to you about these scrubs down the road.
Lindsey, I was bowling last night, Lindsey. I was bowling, but I had the Piston game on. I almost stopped bowling, got on the microphone after the third quarter and said, I got breaking news, guys. The Pistons are leading the Knicks in New York. I didn't do it, and they couldn't finish it up, but they looked a lot better last night.
yeah, they looked better. Monty shook the lineup up a little. Man, I think he's just gonna have to put the puzzle together. You know, it just looks like we got a bunch of pieces.
Yeah,
just a bunch of pieces that aren't fitting right now, and it's crazy, man. Because I had such high expectations for this team, and I'm not saying expectations like winning 50 games or winning 40 games. We're winning 50 games, but in contrast, look at the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are 500. And I compare our team to the Houston Rockets. I thought we would be a mirror image of that. I thought we would be a team that's going to hover around 500, and at the end of the year, we'll be fighting for a play-in position or something. But I was absolutely wrong. It looks to be we've lost 16 games in a row.
Unreal.
Yeah. Didn't Houston go get Fred VanVleet, though?
Yeah,
That's
a big difference.
That's a major difference. Like Fred VanVleet is an all-star.
I get it. I'm a big Fred VanVleet fan.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing. But I thought bringing Cade back and being healthy this year would be, kind of that way. Like he would be, he would fit that mold for us.
Yeah, that's real.
So in saying that, we look lost. Our team looked. Last night I felt a little better. I saw more fight than I've seen in the last 16 games. But you knew it was going to be tough because it was a back-to-back, and you're going to New York to play the Knicks, who aren't that shabby. Knicks got out of the first round last year.
They stink.
So
Brunson
it's a baffling situation watching our team. I see talent on the floor, and you see guys. It just seems like either Monty doesn't have everything he needs, or the type of players he wants, or he's trying to figure out what guys are going to do what he needs to get done. And neither one of those things are coming together right now.
Hey, all these pieces that they drafted, all these good young players, and Asar Thompson is, I think, going to be a real deal. I love this kid. I love Cade.
I like him a lot.
I like a lot of guys. I like Jane Duran. But what's up with Jaden Ivey? What happened to that kid?
Well, so from everything I've heard, he was lacking defensively, and Monty wanted him to be better. So that was the thing I heard in the beginning. Last night, I just think Monty wanted to change up the lineup, and he did, and it worked out a little bit. And Braylon, you know this, just like I do. Certain times you just don't fit in somebody's system.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you can't play. That doesn't mean you're not valuable. It's just you don't fit what they do. And you may go to another place and flourish.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. Because
I hope that's not the case. I hope it's not the case with Jaden Ivey, but it may be.
Well, that would suck.
Yeah.
That's like a blown draft pick then. That's another blown draft pick.
It would. Hopefully it works out. He and Monty can kind of get on the same page and the kid can flourish. Because I think he does have talent, and I think he's going to be a great player for years to come.
I hope so.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct about the system. I mean, you look at a guy like, to relate it to my sport, you look at John Lynch. If John Lynch goes to a team that plays man-to-man coverage, he's not in the Hall of Fame. But instead, he goes to Tony Dungy. They play cover two. The cover two, he was a hell of a cover two safety.
Became a Hall of
then he
Fame.
went to Denver, where they still play cover two. So it's about the system. Let me ask you a quick question about this team and Monty. I notice now in the NBA, there's not those veteran players anymore. Like I know, they're getting away from those older guys, man. Like once you're in year 12, it's like, nah, he's ancient almost, unless you're one of the elite like KD or LeBron, etc. Like how much of it, the Detroit Pistons' lack of success and Monty's lack of being able to connect, is they don't have an older guy on the team. I mean, who's the leader on this team? Cade's in year 3. Jalen Duran's a baby. Killian Hayes is a baby. Beef Stew is a baby. Like everybody on this team is young. Do you think they could benefit by, and I'm not talking about Bojan Bogdanovic, who is, yes, he's an older player, but he's not trying to take
He's
on
a shooter.
Yeah, he's a shooter that's not trying to take on a leadership role. How much of their lack of success is predicated on not having those veteran guys that can, kind of like show them the ropes and go through it with them?
I think that matters a lot. I'm big into that. I think Monty Morris is going to bring a big part of that back when he, gets healthy. He's a veteran guard that's a true leader, But it's crazy you talk about that because when you look at most winning teams, they all have that one thing in common. They have veteran leadership. And I don't care how young a team is and how talented they are, they all need that. Whether they want to, believe it or not, that's important. You got to have somebody on that team that's been through the wars, that guys trust and guys can look to and say, man, he's been through it all. He's telling us the right thing. His personal gain isn't what he's looking to get out of the league now because he's done all that stuff. He just wants to be a part of something good. And that's just such an asset that most of the winning teams you see, they all have that.
Hey, Linz, I wanted to ask you about the coach now. Monty Williams, we all know what a man he is, what a great man he is. Was he the right fit here? Let me ask you this. If you could make a trade right now with another team for a coach, who would you trade Monty Williams for right now? I was thinking the Lakers. How about Darvin Ham?
So you would definitely trade him.
Yes, I would trade him.
You know I'm gonna take my boy D Ham over here.
You gave him 16 games.
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
But you made it personal when you said Darvin Ham. I'm gonna take it.
He did.
Okay, but that's the way I thought. That's the way I'm thinking.
Well, you know I'm gonna take D. And it's funny. We hung out about an hour after the game, just talking and reflecting. And he wants me to come out to LA and hang out. I said I'm gonna make my way out there and probably spend a week with him when they have some downtime or when they play at home a lot. But yeah, that's my guy, man. And he fits this city.
Yes.
He fits what this city is about. Of course, being part of the 04 championship team, it's a natural fit for him.
No doubt.
Not to take anything away from Monty. Monty. I think Monty will be successful if given the time and given, his players, because every coach wants his players.
Hey Lynn, do me a favor. Hold on for 2 seconds. Let's get this real. We gotta pay the bills out here real quick. Let's get Fairway Packing, Lady Jane's, and then we'll come back and we'll end the show.
All right.
We got Fairway. Go ahead.
Fairway Packing. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods on Mac for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com. And, of course, Lady Jane's. You know what the deal is. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. That's where our studios are. Come and see us in Birmingham for an award-winning haircut experience. Register with a trip of your dreams. This is my dream. An all-expense-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. Ooh. That's awesome. That's right. No expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, Lindsay, you just said go to war when you were talking to Maz. You mentioned going to war. Who are the 5 guys right now, if you were getting rid of all the other guys in this Detroit Pistons team, who are 5 players that you would absolutely keep? Obviously, Cade Cunningham. But who are the other 4 that you look at right now and you're like, you know what? I would keep these 4 guys. Just 5. Cade Cunningham's 1.
Jalen Duren is 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Sasser, I'm a sucker for Sasser.
Marcus Sasser's nice.
Yep.
Asar, maybe?
I talked to his uncle the other night, so he wants me to work with the kids. I was like, oh, no.
Big Sass.
I
That's
love
a no-brainer for him.
Right. So Sass would be 3. I'd keep Ivy 4.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And the 5th guy would keep. But this is personal. See, I would keep, because I just think the kid has so much upside is Wiseman.
That's my guy. You're the first guy that's ever said that.
And the last guy that's ever going to say it, too. No.
I love James Wiseman.
Look, okay, so here's what I think about Wiseman. Is when he was out with the Warriors, there was always James Wiseman's coming. When he figures it out, this is going to be the guy. They really high on him out there. They're going to put him in. He's going to be the new big man for that. And it never panned out. But you also sometimes need new air. He comes to Detroit. I loved his energy in the beginning. But when I went to the game, I went to the Philly game, and I was just watching his energy. He just looks like somebody that's just – I mean, it's tough to have energy when you play for the Pistons right now. But it just looks like
Mason don't even have energy.
I know, right? It looks like Golden State years mixed in with playing for the Pistons have kind of taken a toll on James Wiseman. Now, maybe I read it wrong. Maybe it was just that night. But that's what I saw on the show.
Well, you and Braylon, you got to know this too. Big guys are different. Like they're different people. They're different. They're different than us normal guys.
Yeah, this is true.
7-footers they're just different people.
They are.
And Wiseman is super intelligent kid. Like he's really smart. And the unfair thing about him going to Golden State is it was going to take him 4 or 5 years to develop there anyway, because he was never going to be one of the feature guys, regardless of how well he was playing there. They're built a certain way that no other NBA team is built like.
Yes, that's so Steph, Clay, and Wiggins.
As a big coming to Golden State, think about it. It took the other big they got. It took him 4 or 5 years to be able to function in that system because the system doesn't revolve around you. It revolves around you learning to get the ball to the shooter. So that's different for a lot of guys, and it's hard.
All right, big bro, we're up against it. It's 4 o'clock. Last question for you, and we're going to end the show with this. 49ers versus the Eagles. Obviously, you're going to take the 49ers. What's the score, brother? You're going to dog walk them?
49ers by 10 plus.
Ooh.
Hey, they're Ryan Ermanni's best bet of the week.
Boy,
that's not good for you.
Man, you think I care what Ryan Ermanni betting on?
I'm just saying, he likes the 49ers. I'm saying that's not good for you.
He's been losing.
Slap Rock cannot jinx us.
Slap Rock. Hey, Linz, have a great weekend, man.
Talk to you soon, big bro. See you soon.
All right, Lindsey Hunter, number one,
man. Number one. He had a hell of a year in 96, 97, too. I think he was 14 or more points.
Fun show, man.
Yo, fun week, fun show. Always.
The two sickies, we did all right.
Hey, we did good. Now I get to sit my ass at home, man. I was gonna go to urgent care.
Oh man, that bad?
I'm telling you. But I toughed through it, and we toughed through it for you. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in to Woodward Sports Network. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, P, JB, everybody that we've had on this week. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We are growing because of you. So keep tuning in, keep watching, keep supporting. This is what we do. Like Ryan Ermanni says, you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
We'll see you guys.
Have a great weekend, guys.
6-5. Zach Zinner. Thinking about you, buddy.